Hi, everyone. So we are now in our ninth week of the spring 2021 semester. So last week I had you try and learn your way around Galileo, right? The quiz was you would open Galileo and then I'd say do this and you'd give me what came up on your screen, and I'd say do that and you give me what came up on your screen. And I'm going to go ahead and grade those pretty quickly. I think that's going to be the first thing I do this week is grade those quizzes so that you'll know whether you've got the right idea or not in this Galileo. So now that you've been in Galileo and now that you've, tried to, put in search terms and things like that, this week you're going to use it for a real project. So we're going to start the textbook called Persuasive Essay. I don't want you really writing a persuasive essay. I want you writing an argument. But since the textbook calls it persuasive, we'll go with that for now. But what I want you to do for the argument is I want you to take a side on a debatable position and then argue to support that side based upon evidence that you find through your research. That's what an argument does. Is it takes research, it takes evidence, and it says based on these facts, based on this evidence, this is the right way to look at this particular topic. So that's what you're going to start this week. But all I'm asking you to do this week is to do your research and to come up with a list, which is going to be called the works cited page, and put that works cited page together in addition to an outline. So I'm going to want to look at your argument before you actually start writing the essay. That's why I say don't go ahead and start writing the draft yet. All you're doing is writing the outline out, and I've given you a sample outline in the folder. So, if you write a whole draft of an essay, you're a week ahead. You're going to do that next week. So make sure that you take the time to plan your argument, to come up with a thesis statement. I'm going to ask for a thesis statement, and your thesis statement in general should state what your argument is and the three main points you're going to discuss in order to support it. So you're not going to make a research paper on cats and dogs, but I could say dogs make better pets than cats because, and then give three reasons. That's what my thesis statement would look like. It's going to have the actual position I'm going to take and then the three reasons. So my thesis statement might read: cats make better pet. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Dogs make better pets than cats because you can train them to be security dogs. Um, they are easier to take on walks on a leash, and because they're always happy to see you when you walk through the door. They're not as temperamental as cats, I guess is what I'm looking for. So that's what you're doing this week. You're finding your topic, and the best way to do that is to go to procon.org. I'm going to have the link in the folder for you. So go to procon.org, take a look at what's being debated, and there's a lot being debated right now. In fact, there's some new entries in there as opposed to this time last year, thanks to COVID-19 and thanks to things like cancel culture and things like that. So find your topic, plan your essay out, draw up the blueprint, if you will, um, of the foundation of your argument, and do your research and uh, find three credible sources, preferably peer reviewed, to put together in a works cited page, formatted correctly in the MLA format, so that I will know that you've done your research. I will know what you plan on using in your essay, and I'll know how you want to structure your essay. And then I'll give you my comments on that next week as you're writing your first draft. So that's what we're doing this week. Don't forget to read the Intellectual Free Lunch as well. So this week's reading quiz is both the textbook and the Intellectual Free Lunch. The Intellectual Free Lunch is a very important essay because what it discusses is the idea that people are proud of their ignorance. They're proud of their biases, and they're not open-minded enough, right? Uh, and so they get angry. They get angry because things just aren't right. And then when they find out what the truth about what they're angry about is, they're like, really, right? Oh, I didn't know that. So I think you're going to find the Intellectual Free Lunch very, very informative. In addition to planning out your essay, so when you open up that folder, it's going to look like there's a lot in there, but most of that stuff is material to help you with your assignments. You're really only reading a couple things, and the only work you're doing is drawing up the outline and doing your research.